On today's episode, I'm gonna show you how to turn a $1 sock into a $10 sock. Stick around, you're not gonna wanna miss it. As I mentioned in the intro, I'm gonna show you how to turn this pair of socks. Remember, this is just one, but you can buy a pair for under $1. I found them on Amazon. They also come with this sock thing so that you could put them in the heat press. All you gotta do is put it like this, and boom, you're ready to press it. So with a heat press, the Luminaris 200, you can turn a blank sock like this into something eye-catching like that. And you can sell this for about 10 bucks. Imagine the profit you could make if you made it for a team or a whole school or whatever, a whole family outing. So what are you waiting for? Let's start our sock business. All right, so once you have your designs, if you don't have a Rob like I do, you can have them custom made, or you can find a bunch of designs on the internet. There are many, many different places. So I have Vivid Rip open right now. My page is set up to 8.5 by 11, and I'm using the CMYK for sublimation. I'm gonna go to add, and these are some of the images that I have previously downloaded. So we have just some funky things here. I've got a leopard pattern, some whimsical wind and wave pattern. This is the Bam Pow one that I thought was really cool. So if we just double click it, it's gonna open up, and yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's click that. Okay, so here we have the image. Now it doesn't fit the whole page. Now the good thing about this is with each page, you're gonna be able to do an entire sock front and back, or left and right side. All you have to do is fold the paper down the middle, and one side is gonna be for one, one side of the paper is gonna go to one side of the sock and the other one. So in this case, I want it to wrap around. So I need to fill this design on the sheet. Now, if I just take this design and I click on this corner, or I click down here, it's going to proportionately make the image bigger. I don't want that. I kind of want to make this fit the entire page. So if I unlock the proportions, I can then shrink it and make it fit exactly the page. So let's unlock that, and now we should be able to just shrink it just like that. So you see here, I can shrink it so that it fits just the page. And if I click this little button right here, I can make it fit the entire page just like that. So this is great. Now, there is about a 1/4 inch of space that you need on the edges so that you don't cut anything off. So I think I'm gonna leave it just like this in here. And that's it. So once I fold this, because of the little piece of metal that you put inside the sock, there's virtually no seam on the edge. So you can make this wrap around the entire sock without any seam. So that's really cool. So from here, we need to mirror the image. And once we have that, it's just a matter of right-clicking and printing. So that's it. So while that's printing, we're gonna open up another one. So let's just go to File, we're gonna New, and we're going to select a different design. This time, we have a special order from this customer right here, and they want these glizzies. We are the worst. These are bratwurst sausages. So the sock metal is about 3.5 inches. So that's right about here. So from here to here, 3.5 inches. This image is clearly too big. So I want to preserve the proportion. So I do want to lock that in place. And here, I can just put 3 inches, click enter, and there's my image. So I'm just gonna place this on the side, and notice the image is approximately 3 inches. It's gonna fit nice on the sock. And because I'm doubling it, I'm just gonna make one for the right, one for the left, just by making some copies. And I'm gonna give myself just a couple inches of space, about 1 inch of space in between so that it wraps around. And I can squeeze about 3 images on this page, just like that. That's perfect. So let's make sure we are on 8.5 by 11. All right, we're gonna center it on the page from left to right and center it on the page from top to bottom. And that's perfect. So with this one page, I have 3 different pairs of socks. So that's one pair, perfect. And we're going to make sure we mirror it, right click and print. So once these come out of the printer, we're gonna press them on the heat press, and voila, you have your socks.
Guys, remember, we are using regular office papers to do the sublimation. The great thing about the Luminaris is that you can switch your regular cartridges to sublimation cartridges easily.
All right, so we have our prints, and we're gonna use this one, and I already cut some of these out like this. And we are actually gonna make 2 socks at the same time. So this, we're just gonna fold it in half, and we're gonna press 2 socks at the same time, because we're only doing just the top left and right logo, which is gonna look really cool. And we need to flip it for both sides. Now, when you're loading the socks, We're gonna use this, that it actually came with the socks, and you can use this over and over again. It's a piece of aluminum. Most of the time, if you're doing a regular sock, you can put it like this with the toes perfectly aligned. However, since we want the image to be on the side of the sock, we just have to turn this 180 degrees or 90 degrees, just so that we have the half of the sock, and make sure that all the lines on the socks match so that you get the most uniformity out of it. So this is going to be the right side, left side, and we're going to do the same thing with this one, and we're going to do both at the same time.
Remember, for your sublimation to work, your socks needs to be 100% polyester.
And you can run most of your pairs like this as well. So once you have it all lined up, it's perfect. That's it. So now, make sure that the orientation of the image is correct. Don't go put it upside down. So this is just going to go here, and we're going to put it right under the cuff. And that one is gonna go this way, right under the cuff. And I can just take this as it is and put it right on to the heat press and make sure that the image is centered on the sock. Let's place this here. And we're gonna make sure that the image is nice and centered. So we're the same distance from here. It looks like it's right in the middle. And here, the same thing. Okay. When setting the heat press, you want the temperature to be approximately 385 degrees at 80 seconds. The socks are loaded on the heat press. Now it's time to press. We're gonna go 80 and 80 on each side. Here we go. All right, be very careful because they're hot. We have to flip them one time. So if you just grab the paper, flip it, you're good to go. Just like that, we're gonna press it one more time. So if you just hold on to the paper, just peel it right off. Look at that. That's it. They're hot, so be careful. The metal is hot, so you can peel them off like that. But look, that's done. Whew, hot off the presses. See that? Look at that, real easy. Now we've got a pair of socks, sell that for 10 bucks. Let's make some more. So here we can just have it go right down the middle of the sock. So this would be the top, the front part of the sock. That would be the back. Okay, so just like this, you're gonna take your paper and fold it in half. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, the one thing you wanna do is make sure you have the orientation correctly. So we want the words facing upwards because that's the top of the sock. And we're gonna go right below the little lip of the sock. And so for here, all we have to do is just kind of let it fold over like that. And that's really, you can either put it in the crook like this. Some of it is gonna come off, but depending on the pattern, that's okay. But I wanna have that little explosion in there. So I'm just gonna bring it back just a little bit and let this fold over. So I'm creating a different crease to make sure that I get the whole design. There we go. So it's gonna go just like this. Now I'm gonna put another piece of paper over this. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna fold this over because I didn't want this to transfer onto the transfer sheet. So this is perfect, just like that. All right, so we're gonna put our Teflon on top. And here we go, 80 seconds. All right, so now we flip it and do the other side. 80 seconds again. Now, a good thing about the 16 by 20 heat press is that if you have more of these, you can put 4 of them across and run 4 socks at the same time. So you can knock out 2 pairs at once. Look at that, beautiful. All the colors come out nice and bright, just perfect. There it is. It's hot, so be careful. We just finished all these socks and it really didn't take a lot of time. When you get the socks, you can always buy these inserts for the socks, and depending on how many you have, you can run like 2 pairs of socks at the same time and make them really fast. And for the short socks, you can run 2 at a time. So technically you could do 8 pairs at a time. And most of the time, socks are printed on just the outside of the ankle, not both sides. So that's another way to speed up your time as well. So you can either do both like I did here, or you can just do 1 at a time. And depending on how many of these you have, you can knock them out real quick. So this metal is so thin that you can barely see the seam between one sock and the other. Now, if the pattern doesn't match, you'll be able to tell, but really the colors bleed right into the next one and it looks really good. So you can either design it where there's no colors in between, or even if there is, you'll notice that they kind of match and it really doesn't make a difference. You wouldn't be able to tell just by looking at the sock. So it's really easy. It just took a couple minutes, and we can print a variety of different patterns. So if you have a white sock, you can just pick whichever pattern you like the best. And hey, there's that Bass Pro Sushi again. And you can print or you can sublimate on other colors as well. So even if you had a light blue sock or a green sock or a fluorescent yellow sock, any color other than black, you can pretty much do the sublimation on it and it will come out okay. So you're not really limited to just the white. However, the white one lets the colors show through a little bit better, but you can sublimate on lighter colors without a problem. So now let's just go out there and make some socks, people. If you like the content we're creating, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when the next one is coming out. So this video was really quick, and just as quick as it was, it's just to show you how fast you can make some money out there. So you don't really need to take a lot of time. It's really fast, really easy, and there's really not much time to do it. So let's go make some socks.